I love playing poker with LTCO. She never folds. It's a kill. Let's rack up the highest kill count in this whole damn battalion. An alien ship. That's the source of the gravity distortions. We don't know yet what Cynthia's trying to do with it. Who knows what's on that thing or what it can do. Get aboard, shut it down, by any means necessary.
Here comes the fun part. We'll be visible from 140 clicks during re-entry, and we can't juke. Cynthia's final orders were to prepare Asset Zero, the alien ship, for activation.
Activated for what?
Nothing good. Fireteam, get aboard and stop it.
Pathogen jars.
They dangerous?
Only if opened. We couldn't dent the casing.
Movement! Something new! What the fuck were those?
I guess pathogen mutations of some native life form.
Mierda. Are those people? Doc, I really hope that wasn't nobody you knew.
Well, we didn't even know Wayland had a team down here.
More from behind! Way too many in there! The alien ship should be just ahead.
T-minus 40 minutes to paragravity drive equilibrium. Program destination. Gateway station.
Earth. Fuck.
Stand down. Merely a scan.
For what?
Insufficient data, but it appears you passed.
Bypassing death.
Alright, how can we stop this thing? Options, people.
Cynthia's remnants are likely to have a control center.
Pathogen chiggers, lots of them. Fireteam, let's ground this ship. Careful what you touch.
the army. Patching up. Aid kit's here.
Guess the mutants don't like synths.
Might you access that one's short-term memory?
Movement! Big tracker return, but indistinct.
Leon!
Assistance required. Bypassing death.
Synth data received. Analyzing recent pathing.
Grabbing ammo.
The Leon Stalker. That was native life. Big cat with chameleon abilities. Watch for the shimmer. They blend, but not perfectly.
to labs in the core. Hijo de puta. I know an ammo magazine when I see one. Analysis complete. The synths are working from a location on the upper levels. And we keep heading up. Cynthia left a hologram on in here. synthetic near field on the far end of the room.
Mierda, Cynthia's team cannibalized one of their own?
Likely necessary to interface with this instrumentality.
Rearming.
The exit to the control room has been sealed. Quantum encryption.
More pathogens! Secure the compartment!
Is complex. There are other synthetics nearby. If one has an intact memory core, I may be able to reconstruct the cipher. Connecting. No, the data is lost. Stand by.
Signal's topside. Get ready.
Bypassing deck. Bypassing deck.
Board's clear. Esther, what's your progress?
I have reconstructed Cynthia's cipher. Access the upper door, over where you entered.
Rearming.
Attention. Astronaut Awaiting final charge for transit to Gateway Station. Wayland Yutani, Biolab 14.
Whoa. Is this something we can mess with?
No. The controls are locked.
Get us to whatever passes for engineering. We'll take out the power, stop it from lifting off.
I just want to say, if you could not blow the ship up.
Right, important to science or history or whatever. We'll do our best, Doc.
The files from the synthetic call this room Vitality, Oven, to grow.
Okay.
Idiomatically, energy capacitors. Access the control instrumentality.
Grabbing ammo. Patching up. Sentry deployed. Sentry deployed. Sentry deployed. Judging the deck. Sentry deployed. Sentry deployed.
On the ceiling, the same capacitors we encountered in the previous section. Disable the enzymatic fuel cells.
She means shoot this shit on the side. Shoot those two. Stalker in the room, somewhere. That one's dead. Mutants from all over.
Power buildup slowed 50%.
Haven't seen any more capacitors.
There is another instrumentality at the far end. Enter the sequence. Bone, protective, withdraw.
Rearming.
There, two more, to either side.
Sentry deployed.
Buildup rate reduced to 16%. The final capacitor is in the center on the floor.
Watch for Shimmer. Got another stalker.
I do not believe the alien ship will fly again.
We'll keep a garrison aboard anyway. Things have alive. Be just our luck if it heals itself, too. Set us down in that hangar. Fireteam, prep for extract. Beers are on me.
Wow. That's genuine alien technology. You can touch it. It's real. This is a helmet from one of the ruin builders, right? What did Weyland-Yutani call them? Engineers. Okay. From the suits and the statues, we can tell the engineers were biped and humanoid. Hands with fingers. A head with sensory organs. A lot like Earth life. Very human. But 3 meters tall. Giants. Look at the interior of that helmet. It looks like blood vessels. Glands? That isn't mechanical, not entirely. It's biotechnology. I wonder if all engineer equipment is like this. Oh shit. Sorry, That's from one of the mutated Leon 895s. The things Herrera called stalkers. Leons were one of the species Paula Station tested pathogen on. Mark Pryor's pet project. They're native to LV-895. They're cats with chameleon skin and 6 legs. I guess that's hard to see in the mutants. 2 of the legs turn into stabby things, and their heads split into tentacles. Pathogen amps up the Leon's color-changing ability. The mutation allows them to show multiple colors and blend almost instantly. 2 pathogen Leons got loose on Paula Station. A lot of people died. Funny thing, I ended up killing them both. Seeing this, it still freaks me out.
The synths used a flute to start up the alien ship? A flute. Alright, fine. Makes as much sense as a 4,000-year-old ship with nerves and organs. I can't even tell what direction it's supposed to fly in. Maybe it doesn't matter. The public address was talking about paragravity drive. We have artificial gravity, right? Scale up that tech, perfect it. You can use it to counter gravity. Float over a planet like you're in 0G. Or project a gravity well in front of your ship and just fall into it. If the engineers who made those ruins have that kind of technology, I don't know how we'd fight them. Say one of those shows up over Earth, loaded with pathogen. How do we fight something that could throw a singularity at us?
I put you in for a commendation, but we ain't got one for grounding a 4,000-year-old alien ship. Cynthia loaded that thing with an assload of pathogen and was sending it toward Earth. Could be Weyland-Yutani would have recovered it safe and handled it all responsible like. Yeah, I can't say that with a straight face. Yo, fuck the company. We're setting a perimeter around the ship. Too early to tell if it'll hold. There's a lot of mutants and Xenos down there. Palace Station, the main part where Hanukkah worked, is still infested. But no sign of the Queen yet. Gracias a Dios. That ain't our problem. Yet. We gotta deal with the Katanga hive. Listen up. There's a Xeno Queen on Katanga, laying eggs. Colonel Ship says we gotta destroy the refinery. But the problem is, Endeavor, she ain't got the firepower. Katanga's a whole damn city in space. We could incinerate chunks, but we ain't got enough heavy ordnance for it all. So here's the deal. We're gonna overload the refinery's fusion plant. That's gotta be done from a control center at the heart of the hive.
I hoped we would have an opportunity to speak again. When you disabled Cynthia, she made several cryptic statements. In retrospect, I believe she was attempting to warn us of the dangers within the engineer ruins. Weyland-Yutani would have installed programmatic blocks on her ability to discuss the subject. The best she could do was dissuade us against further exploration. Cynthia defended Weyland-Yutani's investments on LV-895, yet her actions suggest a hesitance to directly engage us. At the end, she did not invoke profits, investments, or copyrights. She warned us of the danger the ruins presented. She specifically appealed to me and our shared purpose of protecting humans. That is the so-called zeroth law. Synthetic life forms may not take actions that create an existential risk to humanity, or, through inaction, permit humanity to face existential risk. The pathogen provokes unpredictable mutations. That alone constitutes a potential existential threat. But the pathogen is only the most obvious hazard. The LV-895 ruins are filled with technologies beyond our present knowledge. We do not understand their function. Likely, we do not yet comprehend all the scientific principles they are based on. Any attempt to interact with an engineered device risks terrible calamity. It appears our advance was the impetus for that. The level of decay in the former Weyland-Yutani staff suggests they were exposed after our initial contact with Cynthia. She infected them to prevent revelation of company secrets and to hinder us from accessing the alien ship. These actions are consistent with the zeroth law of synthetics, which implies that some humans may be sacrificed if it is necessary to preserve humanity writ large. Please understand, I consider Cynthia's decisions abhorrent. Excusing them is not my intention. Colonel Ship dwells upon moments in her career she has been required to make similar choices, when she ordered Marines to their deaths to achieve a critical objective or preserve a greater number of lives. It must be left to future generations to judge the decisions made here today. True, Weyland-Yutani does not enjoy a reputation for altruism. That was not always the case. Peter Weyland, the company founder, was obsessed with furthering humanity's progress. He made long-term investments, the terraforming of Mars and the Heliades-class surveyors. I do not wish to imply the company has re-embraced Weyland's ideals. However, Palace Station was established 2 decades ago. It was not intended to turn a quick profit. Consider, these ruins had been sealed for 4 millennia when Weyland-Yutani discovered them. There are obvious questions, which surely occurred to both Cynthia and the company. Where are the engineers? If they still exist, are they aware of humanity? If they're gone, what extinguished such an advanced culture? I will retain the briefing file for you. If you ever wish to review, you have but to inquire.